Good afternoon, folks. It's Lee, Virtual Airline Pilot. We're back in the Airbus again, the Viper jet, passing level 180 on the descent to 5,000 feet. We're going into Catania, which I recently reviewed, and it's going to be runway 08. So unfortunately, so it's not going to be the RNAV over the sea. It'll be this different one. Interesting approach. We've got to be careful of the altitude because of the mountains, and if you can see down here on the primary flight on the navigation display, we've got this interesting sort of a movement here that goes on. So this is a lovely little place nestling on a little plain just south of the mountains. It's actually just south of Mount Etna, the volcano, as I mentioned in the review. I had a little problem on the way on this flight. All of a sudden, Flight Sim 2020 decided that my internet connection was slow and turned off my Bing data. Nothing wrong with my internet connection. It's perfectly stable at 56 megs. And I don't really know why that happened, but I managed to get back into the sim and turn it back on, and as a result you now have the beautiful images you see outside. So everything looking pretty good so far. We're on the descent. We're going to be going down to about 5,000 as I said, and landing to the east on runway 08, which is the ILS equipped runway. The other runway 26 doesn't have an ILS, it's RNAV only. But it's the island of Sicily. It's on southern Italy. We're crossing the centre of it now. It's beautiful location, really beautiful. So as you can see, we've got a bit of weather. Right, let's put this back onto manage mode and see if it tracks. Yes, it is. Looks like it might be okay. So passing 8,500 feet, we're going to set the QNH, which today is 1011. We'll hit the ILS. There it is. And I think in a minute we're going to need some anti-ice. In fact, we'll put it on now. Anti-ice is on. Okay, set the local QNH. 1011 is set. And we're coming back to 230 knots. The speed brakes up to bring the speed back. That's it, looking good so far. We're nearly, as you can see, we've got to watch the mountains here. 5,000 should be fine. Yeah. Here we go, coming up on 5,000, so we're sort of downwind as it were. It's a beautiful island, and this is actually quite a nice approach because it takes you in over the land and you get to see some of it. The other one's good too, obviously going in over the coast, over the beach, also looks really nice. Okay, 5,000 set, 230 knots, we can turn the anti-ice off. And we'll come back to 220 knots for the turn. This is the flat limiting speed. So fuel's looking good, actually plenty of fuel. So everything looks awfully close out there, but we're okay. According to the charts, this is fine. 5,000 is fine. So we'll follow the lateral navigation in a little closer, because at the moment we're 26 miles away from the ILS, so this is going to go off, switch off probably in a bit. Winds are fairly light, 10 knots, 11 knots. And they're literally just 10 degrees off the nose, so it should be fine. Temperatures are balmy, 15 degrees at the moment. Let's make a call in case anybody's about. Catania traffic, Viperjet 771, turning left base for runway 08, landing Catania. So as you could see, the ILS thing now has disappeared because we're outside the range of the beam. But some very nice countryside down there below. Looking good. So, approach checks. ECAM status is checked. Approach briefing is confirmed. Minima 250 feet is our missed approach height, and we have a standard QNH is set. Auto brake is set to low, and we'll complete the checklist for landing when we get on to the ILS. So now we're turning on to long final. Catania traffic, Viperjet 771, turning long final, runway 08. We're 30 miles out. So as we're getting a little closer, see the ILS come back, and we'll track the localizer. See whether we need to turn a little bit in order to capture it. So cloud is scattered at 6,000, which is what we've got at the moment, and quite nice. Conditions are good for landing. Okay, there we are. Localizers come in. So localizers armed. So as soon as we get the glide slope come in, we'll arm the approach mode. Here you can see the windmills on top of the hills there. Let's bring the flat one out. Checked. Back to 180. Checked. Flap 2, please. And gear down. VirtualAirlinePilot 771, fully established localizer runway 08 Catania, landing number 1. Okay, 14 miles out still, we'll keep the 180 knots up. Looking good so far. Can't see the mountain or the volcano at the moment, too much cloud about, but we'll see. Might see something off of the landing. So you can just see a little bit snaking through the clouds there. Okay, 160 knots please. I got the runway. Flap 3 please. So actually while we're here we'll go back to minimum safe, I think. So 140 is our landing speed today. Flat full. Checked.
$2,500.
Checked. Catania traffic, VirtualAirlinePilot 771, 5 mile final, landing number 1. So the wind's actually got a bit lighter, scheduled to be 11 knots, but it's dropped quite nicely at the moment. The wind's gusting a little bit, but nothing serious. Check the spoilers are armed. So landing checklist then, gear is down, flaps are full, auto brakes low, speed brake is armed, missed approach altitude of 5,000 is set, checked. Cabin crew receipts for landing please. Checked. Stable. Okay. This thing goes autopilot. Manual flight. I have control.
100 above. 300. Minimum.
Continue.
200.
Going slightly below the guide slope.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Okay, full reverse. Reverse green, spoilers. 100. 80 knots. Very nice indeed. Landed at 1336. Above Jet 771's clear runway 08, taxi to the gate. Well, welcome to Catania, folks, and here have a look at a slightly different view of the same landing. Well folks, welcome to Catania Fontanarossa. You can just see Mount Etna there hiding behind the clouds, looking pretty imposing, but a very nice place anyway. So there you go folks, thank you very much, welcome to Catania, hope you enjoyed that view. I will see you in the next video. Next week is Hong Kong week, and hopefully you're going to enjoy that. We'll have some fun. So this is Lee, Virtual Airline Pilot, saying thank you very much for joining me on this landing into Catania on the island of Sicily, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great weekend. Bye bye for now.